to Fire Podcast episode. I don't know what episode.
Who knows?
One of those
Who
episodes.
cares? It's just gonna be that.
All right. This is the Diddy Report for Jay-Z.
It's the Z edition.
Cue the dramatic music. All right. So, welcome back to another fire conversation, everybody. Thank you for joining us. What up, what up, what up? Much love, much love, much love. How you feeling, bro?
Feeling good. Just drinking my juice here.
It looks kind of like a smoothie.
It's just OJ.
It's just
Spiked-
OJ.
Spiked OJ Cancun days, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, took it back.
Bro, why? We can't talk about that right now. We can't.
Right.
We got stories. We got stories from the South. Ooh. Okay. Anyways, the Diddy Report. Jay-Z.
Over.
It's over for Hova. It's Dunzy. Bro.
Mhm.
Bro. All right.
Talk to me.
For those who don't know, who doesn't know by now, right? I mean, it was in like what, 24 hours you're sitting on this?
Yeah. Should I give him a little rundown?
Give him that rundown, bro, because these allegations is
Alright. This is from AP News sources, New York Post sources, and ABC News sources. So all over the media outlets. So Jay-Z has denied allegations that he, along with Sean Diddy Combs, raped a 13-year-old girl at an after party following the 2000 MTV Music Awards. The accuser, identified as Jane Doe, as they usually do, sent a civil lawsuit in October 2024, including Jay-Z, claiming that both men assaulted her after she was given a drink that made her feel disoriented. And in a public statement recently, Jay-Z described the allegations as a blackmail attempt and expressed deep concern for the impact of his family, particularly his children. He emphasized that such serious accusations should be pursued criminally rather than through civil litigation, stating whoever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? So, Jay-Z said, I ain't gonna give him nothing. I'm not gonna get extorted. I'm not gonna settle. We taking this shit to court. So Jay-Z filed a motion requesting that the accuser reveal their identity or have the case dismissed, arguing that he deserves to know who is accusing him of such a serious misconduct. So you already know the
shit. He
planting
is
seeds.
pushing that envelope. Here's my question:
Mhm.
Is there a statute of limitation for rape of a minor in the city of New York?
Let me do some quick Googles.
Because if this happened
believe
back
so,
in
though.
2000, right? That's 24 years ago. He might be talking all this shit because he knows that they can't charge him with anything.
That's a thing. Yeah, I've heard that theory come up recently.
Which is a very smart play because, if you think it was me, accuse me. You can't.
Yeah,
So now he's off the hook.
So they says there is a statute of limitation for rape in New York, but it depends on specific circumstances and the type of rape or sexual assault alleged. What the fuck? So there's no statute of limitation for rape in the first degree, which is a Class B felony.
Mhm.
New York has eliminated that for some reason. In civil cases, it says New York Adult Survivors Act, which passed in 2022, allows survivors of sexual abuse to file civil lawsuits against alleged perpetrators or institutions regardless of when the abuse occurred. So that could be a reason why they did that.
Well played, Mr. Carter.
But only during a 1-year look back period that ended in November 2023.
Well played.
So there's
Well played.
right, there's more. For other types of sexual offenses, such as rape in the second or third degree, which I don't know what that even means, the statute of limitations might still apply. In many cases, the period can range from 5 to 20 years. So this is still 24 years, so it's still outside of it. Depending on the severity of the offense and when the alleged crime occurs. Oh, minors. Ooh, okay. For
Different
minors.
for minors. Okay,
Mhm.
okay, here we go.
If the victim was under 18 at the time of the offense, New York allows criminal charges to be filed until the victim turns 28. So still, I think that person would be 15 years. Civil suits can often be filed until the victim turns 55, so that one falls into that category. So
he can't go into anything but a civil lawsuit. He cannot be criminally charged.
On those specific circumstances, yes. This guy is a fucking man.
Well played. But I got you, Jay.
Yes.
Me no stupid. Here's something else, bro. All right, man. If you look at the the New York Post article, you have to be very careful because there's certain wordplay in there, especially with lawyers. If you accuse a lawyer of something and it is remotely not true, defamation lawsuit. You avoid that. Okay. If you look at the New York Post article, there is a section in there that talks about the blackmail specifically. And if you look at it, they specifically name the lawyer who was talking to Jay-Z. But read between the lines. What was actually sent to Jay-Z, and it says it in the article very obscurely, is a demand letter. That's a whole, lawyer.
Demand letter?
A demand letter.
Like a demand of.
To either respond to this accusation, to this, and that. It's not a blackmail. It's a legal document that he was presented with. He's just making it look like a blackmail. Allegedly. I don't know for sure. But this is what I got from it. And it's like, wow, this is a nice, interesting play on words. Also, the very end of the article, Sean Combs's lawyer says that Sean is going to fight certain allegations, basically. He's only gonna, the trafficking of any man or woman, adult or minor. Not that he had sex, not that he drugged them, just the one piece that he's gonna fight. You get what I'm saying? So
I think because that could turn into like a whole RICO.
That, and because he's just trying to give it a good light. Like, yo, he's
no, because if you're trafficking people and minors across borders of states, that becomes a federal
crime, which is okay. So two things. One, he was trying to he let us know exactly what they're going to be fighting. And if they could win those things, they win the trial. They don't need to win everything. You know what I'm saying? Two, with the allegations, especially with Jay-Z, specifically now, would it be a federal crime? Because this is a federal indictment, right? So,
right now, this allegation?
No. With Diddy, he's being brought up on federal, to the federal level, right?
Yeah,
so wouldn't this
has the RICO right now?
So wouldn't this bring Jay-Z into a federal case, which then that means that the civil laws don't apply, that rape charge, which would have been out of the scope of time, is now in play?
I think, it's gonna loop him in somehow.
Just like the NDAs now, is in the federal level, so NDAs are out the windows. That's why Cassie could speak on the case.
Yeah. I mean, didn't they say they were gonna give us a list of names and shit? Did that ever happen?
It didn't happen because they're doing demand letters. They're sending out demand letters. Hey, you need to answer this. Hey, you need to answer this. Hey,
trying to call witnesses or whatever.
Exactly.
Speak your truth now before we put you on blast.
And shit. Don't go too far off of that because I got a little bit more. But let's go on with Jay-Z first. So in that article as well, the accusation, first of all, it went into a lot of detail. The Jane Doe went a little graphic.
They pinned her down.
Yeah. Let's be careful what we say, but she alleges that they took turns, right, with her. And there was a third female superstar.
You said that?
Watching the whole thing. So she says that Diddy, Jay-Z, and a female superstar all walked into the room. No, they don't mention who. They walked into this is 2000. This is 2000. He didn't marry her till he didn't marry Beyonce till 2008.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the female superstar who she says that she recognized
J-Lo.
immediately
J-Lo.
might be J-Lo. And now, segue to the other part of this, J-Lo. So, there was a rumor a couple of, I think maybe a month ago now.
Maybe that's why Ben left her.
Exactly. Yo, stop cutting me off. So Ben was approached by the FBI, right? And he was allegedly presented a video that rocked
Shit.
him so hard to his core that he filed for divorce the very next day.
Fuck him.
The accusation, has not been official. This is just what's been rumored out there, is that J-Lo was caught on camera sexually assaulting a minor female with a champagne bottle.
Oh man.
That's sick.
You think it's got some kinks, man?
That's not kink, bro. That is you psychologically there's no coming back.
Fucked up. Yeah, that's my kid. Like, how does that even happen? How does a kid even end up in that situation, bro?
Honestly,
It has to be like one of
I
those
wanna know.
sex ring traffic kids that ends
It
up
has to
out
be.
there. Because, like, if you're a parent of that child and you know
You don't care as a superstar, you killing. You murdering.
like, you know how that CEO that just got popped in Midtown? Just like
Yeah, just like that. That. Bye. Anyways,
that's crazy. If any of this is true, which honestly I wouldn't be surprised.
it is true. At this point, if you look at the articles, what they actually say, you got to read between the lines.
Yeah.
They are admitting that certain things happen without saying that certain things happen.
Mhm.
Opens up the door to everything else, like what Jay-Z or J. Cole was saying about the underbelly, about the rumors about the stuff that he was saying in his songs and his lyrics about Jay-Z and Beyonce. She knows. Jay knows, she knows, shit like that. The other one with Eminem and Diddy and Rihanna, where Eminem, the monster under the bed, that song allegedly was about Diddy's tunnel that leads elsewhere, and one was rumored to go towards Rihanna's residence. Like, yo, this shit is crazy because all the crazy conspiracy and the rumors are proving to be true.
Like when Lady Gaga first came onto the scene. Go ahead, what's your question?
My question is, after all this is said and done, I gotta remember, there's one more thing I want to say, but after all this is said and done, who do we listen to? What music is okay? Can't listen to Meek now and be hard because maybe he's not so hard after all.
Man, listen to instrumentals and create your own lyrics to the beat.
Until you find out that it's somebody who's I don't know, who fucking R. Kelly is making the beats, and now you listening to the beats.
I mean, so this is how deep I got into a lot of this controversial shit with the Illuminati and music. You know, they say music is like enchanting, right? So like vibrations and shit, like they take over your soul, your spirit, and then you don't realize the music, what you're saying, like the spell,
right?
What you're singing, whether it's about sex or taking drugs, blah blah blah, and going to the party scene, like people kind of lose themselves, and a lot of it stems from music. So there's like a whole rabbit hole. Y'all could Google this yourself, where it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? Witchcraft, kinda, or brujeria, but it's like through music, mind control through music, basically, or behavioral control, influence.
Yeah.
So people fall into a trance. There you go. Music makes people fall into it. Yeah.
This is not new. I mean, this is gonna blow your mind. Here's not a recent one. This is a while back, but you'll definitely remember it. Eminem, Marilyn Manson. They blamed kids shooting up schools on them, which triggered him to do that song. And, I put the finger back at them, but not the index or pinky or the ring or the thumb is the one I put up when I don't give up. Because they full it. 2, when the dude's getting bullied and shoots up the school, now who they blame it on? Marilyn. You know what I mean? That whole thing was because of this, or in line with this theory where music influences you to do things, and it's been around for like a long time. There's something to it. I feel like there is, at least even in a frequency level. I
For
feel like,
sure.
you know, something it does. When you hear a song or something, you get emotional. Like it's drawing emotion out of you.
Some
That far
drums.
fetched to make you want to like do something because you can
Yeah.
constantly hear this
Yeah,
music.
because some drums, some humming could get you amped.
Oh yeah,
Depending on the music, it could get you into the
could,
mood.
emotional. It could make you cry. It could get you horny.
Exactly.
It could get you all over the place.
And then you throw in alcohol and drugs into the mix.
And a shit ton of money.
Got mad shit going wrong.
It's a recipe for disaster.
So this shit has been going on forever.
Yeah.
Since like the beginning of time, since music was discovered, basically.
But what we didn't know is that they were doing these crazy shit to minors and freak offs. Now here's the thing: are we upset because the freak offs happened and people were getting hurt, or are we upset because there were minors involved now all of a sudden? Because it almost feels like everything is highlighted now, but it's like, yo, he's been doing this for 30 years and nobody said nothing.
Yeah, both can be true. I think the more heinous thing is that it's minors. Because if it's consenting adults, you know, it's not that bad. Because like
It's weird, it's freaky, it's kinky,
Yeah,
but
people-
it's
yeah.
consensual.
people go to orgies, so you know,
Hell yeah,
it's just not the normal thing to do. But there are
it's
people,
taboo.
yeah, people have
Taboo.
their sexual behaviors that, you know, some partners have open relationships where they like to get their shit off. Sex is a big thing to some people. To some people, it's not. Some people don't care about sex. Some people, they live for that shit. So
And some people go to parties, motherfuckers.
yeah.
So, Jay-Z, let's bring it back. J to the motherfucking Z. Dude got a lot of money, he got a lot of power, got a lot of influence. I don't know how this would. I don't even know how this is gonna how it would impact him.
Would he even go to jail if this shit was to be true?
Well, that's why I asked you about the whole statute of limitation,
Yeah.
because if he's out of that statute of limitation and all they could do is civil lawsuit, then all he's gonna do is shell out some money.
But even not even, but like even if it was true, like I don't think people do that much time for rape here in New York. Like I think you might do like a couple
Serious?
years. Let me see. Like what are the rape charges?
Yeah, but you're also a registered sex offender for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but like people like overlook that so much. You ever check your Citizens app? There's so many sex offenders all over the
Yeah.
place, especially in New York City. They're
That
like
shit is-
unavoidable, bro.
That shit is crazy.
So I got some
Wow.
update. Let's educate ourselves. Rape in the first degree in New York State. So sexual intercourse with another person under circumstances such as forcible compulsion, when the victim is physically helpless, the victim is under 11 years old, when the victim is 13 years old, and the perpetrator is 18 years old or older. The sentence is minimum 5 years in prison, maximum 25 years in prison. Then there's post-release supervision, 5 to 20 years, and then sex offender registration mandatory. Rape in second degree, who is under 15? Damn, we're gonna have to like blur up rape out like crazy. I know.
Yeah.
Who is under 15 years old and the perpetrator is 18 years older? Mandatory. Look at this. Mandatory minimum probation
What?
or 1 year in prison. Maximum 7 years. Post-release supervision up to 10 years. Mandatory sex offender, whatever. Rape in third degree, when the victim is unable to consent due to age, 17 years or younger, or other incapacity or incapacitated. I don't know why I said incapacity. Minimum probation or 1 year, maximum 4 years, up to 10 years. Mandatory sex offender. So pretty much only if you do
Wow.
a first degree and you really fuck up will you do more than 5 years in prison for rape in New York State.
But that is exactly what this is alleging, because the kid was 13
Yes.
and was drugged. Like,
Yes. But, you know,
Jesus.
outside the statute of limitation apparently might just be a civil suit. Don't think he's gonna really do any jail time. It's just gonna tarnish his name. which is just as damaging, to be honest.
What more does he have to achieve? I mean, he doesn't need anything. He could ride off into the sunset. Who gives a shit?
Technically, yeah, but I'm pretty sure he didn't want his story to end there. He wanted to own the team, NFL team, you know, he wanted to do things like that. This blemish is not gonna let him do that. So the people are starting to say that like, this might be like blackmailing on like elite level shit, because people are hating on him. Like other billionaires are starting to plot against him because he wants to own shit. He wants to open a casino in New York. You know how casino moves, like
That's
gets mob
mafia.
ties. Yeah, so it's a lot of things that are like to consider. And I think he wants to make a point also by standing his ground and fighting it.
Now on the flip side, for Jay-Z, like, yo, that's a very hard conversation that he's gonna have to have with his kids. Mainly one of his children who's old enough to know, you know, and friends that are gonna hear this shit. That is tough.
You know what doesn't help either? He is 12 years older than Beyonce.
Yeah.
So she was like 19, he was like 30 something. That doesn't help his case.
That doesn't look good. What also doesn't help is apparently that, you know, she killed people. So that doesn't help.
But at the time, if we're doing some logical mathematics, at the time when the girl was 13.
Who was with Diddy and Combs? Who was with Diddy and Sean? 2000. Who was their date for the VMAs?
Yeah, I'll leave the FBI to do that. I'm not gonna Google that shit right now.
We might come out with our own accusations. Nah, fuck that.
Yeah, I'm starting to think of like Maya. Who else? Was Aaliyah still alive at that time?
2000.
So she died in 2001, I think, or 2003-ish.
But dude, you think Aaliyah would after the whole R. Kelly shit?
Bro, she was still in those circles.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Jesus,
and then she died.
This is
never
sick.
know why she died. Like, could have been a setup. She knew too much or whatever.
Or was about to say something or whatever. Yo, this is sick, bro.
Yeah, if we start unraveling shit, this shit gets crazy, and I think we shouldn't air this episode.
This is why we sit on it for a little bit, because you can't come after us after we you know, this shit's already out there.
Yeah, like, so we use our sources, and now we're doing conspiracy theory type shit.
That's how we do it in the fire conversation.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But like, what do you think? I'm gonna give you my opinion. Do I think he did it? Or like, what's the probability of him doing Jay-Z? Like, if this being true,
this accusation, okay.
Yeah, out of the things I know about Hollywood and shit, but the way like Jay-Z moves, he's very secretive. He's very protective of his privacy. Yeah, there's some shaky shit. I mean,
I don't know,
in that era, in those 2000s, when I was going to junior high school, there were a lot of young girls dating older
guys. Yeah. That shit was weird.
I don't want to say like it's acceptable, but it was a thing, and I don't know if
it was a fab.
Yeah, like I don't think dudes were, what's the word, like molding girls. Girls kind of like, and when I was in school, they knew that they didn't want to date dudes in school. They wanted to date dudes with cars and shit like that. So like,
they weren't grooming them. They just came like that. It was the thing. It was like popular to be like that. Like, I don't know. That was weird. But
so the probability of some shit like this happening, I think might be like a good 70%. Do I really think he did it? I don't know. That the way to describe some of that shit, I don't see him doing that. But personally, like, I don't know him.
We don't know him. We don't know him like that. But from what we do know, or from what he puts out there, you know, he's a hustler. The hustler's mentality is not that.
Yeah, he's Jay-Z. Like, you don't have to do that.
He never would have, never needed, never will. But could he have? I mean, maybe if he was intoxicated too. And even then, then you still did what you did. But
I could definitely see Diddy doing this like 100% compared to Jay-Z. Like they're like polar opposites. Jay-Z don't even like Diddy like that.
I mean,
They rub shoulders. They're from like the same era. They survived that whole Tupac Biggie shit, but
yeah.
kind of
And
looked
yo,
out
it
for
brings,
each other. But
but at the same time, it brings all of that shit into question. The death of Tupac, the death of Biggie. This is starting to like really get crazy. Who else got a demand letter that we don't know about?
I don't know. Maybe Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and them. I don't know. Let's see who else they used to rock with. 112 Mace.
This could end up being huge. Like
the
it
whole
could,
industry really.
but then at some point, it's too big to fail. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, if everyone's gonna go down, no one goes down. It's too big.
Yeah. At that point, it'd be too big. Like somebody who's gonna be like, nah, we can't do that shit. I don't know.
Or they just kill him.
It has to be some ballsy ass person like Trump type shit
To murk Diddy?
to like spill everybody's business out in the street and not have to worry about repercussions.
Nah, you gotta be Trump on coke, bro. Because yo, you will have the biggest target on your back by the most powerful people that we know at this point in the music industry. That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
Yeah, and then the music industry is connected to everything else. Drug cartels,
Well,
politicians.
here's the thing that we keep circling back to music, but he had everybody at his parties, man. He had athletes, he had diplomats, he had royalty.
What are you talking about?
Diddy. He had
Okay.
everybody at his parties.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, yo, time out. It's kind of weird that it would be Jay-Z and not somebody else.
Does it sound like blackmail? It does.
Kind of. It's or selective. So they're being a little selective with it.
They trying to play with him, basically.
They're gonna get him killed. Oh, here's the last piece of nugget before I forget, and maybe we can end it on this happy note. On the New York Post article, I keep going back to that one because that was my favorite. There was a single nugget of information, I don't know if you caught it, that is very, very big. It talked about the court date. It's in May. Before summer, Diddy will have his trial. Or he will be dead.
From what I'm hearing, Diddy's already in that prison. Like, he got them niggas making his bed and shit. Like, he
Stop
living
playing.
good. Yeah, he chilling. He locked up in Brooklyn. You know everybody looking out for him.
Well, remember when we first said it, it's either gonna be all love or all hate, but it's not gonna be in the middle.
I mean, I think the way people are probably looking at it over there is like, if I look out for Diddy in prison, they'll probably like look out for me type shit.
Right.
Later on
when he gets out, because he's gonna get out with a lot of. If he gets out, he's gonna have a lot of money. Even if he doesn't get out, like he's gonna be the rest of his life in jail. He'll be the richest nigga in jail.
Basically, he'll find a way. His kids will find a way to make money or whatever.
They can't take all his money away. Like it's not all involved in one thing. He's not stupid.
Didn't they freeze his accounts though and shit?
Yeah, they froze some accounts, but you can only do that for so long. You can't own the accounts. And unless they can prove that money was used for illegal transaction or no taxes were paid, some shit like that, they gotta let it go. They only have a certain amount of time.
Okay.
So he's gonna have money. It's just, is he gonna have his life? And who else is gonna bring that with him?
So we'll see how the Diddy report ends up.
Damn, this is a very sad Diddy report, man. People are just getting, man. They ain't have no music. They ain't have no music to listen to, bro. Nothing.
No, hold you. I still listen to Victory and all that shit. I'm not gonna stop. Can't stop. Won't stop.
Cause you a bad boy for life.
Hell,
Like, jodite, niggas bad boying up. I can't believe it. He's really taking over the jail. That's some crazy shit. That's some crazy shit.
yeah.
Man.
Hopefully he didn't screw nobody over like that in that prison that wanna like get him hurt. So, if anything, then more like
I
an
mean,
icon.
is it worth being known as the man that killed Diddy? Is it worth it? Is it worth it?
It depends. Not really.
I
You
mean,
get
then
erased.
again, if he raped a whole bunch of kids, I don't think they're gonna be cool with him after that.
I guess you gotta wait to see what other evidence is shown.
Well, that was the fire conversation, and that was the Diddy report. Hey, it's your boy CP. Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe so we can bring you new episodes each week.